In horror and disbelief, his followers watched him suffer and die, as doubts and questions raged through their minds. Was this the justice of their God? Was this the love of a merciful Father? How could it be? The Savior they had trusted was dead. Not a breath was left in his broken body, much less a miracle. His tomb was sealed and guarded now. The peace and power he had promised them only days before seemed like a cruel mockery now. All hope was gone. It was over.
The guards stood outside watching the entrance of the tomb. 2 days had disappeared and all was still. The crowds that crucified him had fled the scene of doom, where the man once called Messiah had been killed. But Sunday came up-blazing like fire across the sky, and suddenly the ground began to move. The darkness that destroyed him now lifted like the night, as his power and his majesty broke through.
Why did you come here? Why did I? Was it for the music? Or to listen to the retelling of an old familiar story? Or maybe, just maybe, we came here seeking something more. Some joy in our lives that slipped away. Some direction or guidance. Some power to heal the secret pain or shame or struggle we've been living with. If it's really true that Jesus died on a cross for these things in our lives, then shouldn't his help be here for us now? Shouldn't the power of his cross begin to make a real difference in our hearts and in our heartaches?
Some mornings I feel so full of hope. I wake up thinking this could actually be the day that I meet him. What will he look like, Lord, I pray? How will I know him? What will we say to each other? But then, when I'm driving home from work, it hits me. It didn't happen again. And I'm no farther along than I was yesterday, or a year ago, or even 5 years ago. It's crazy, I know, but it's like I can feel my whole life ticking away, one day at a time. I don't understand. Is there something wrong with me?
I'll never forget the day Corey was born. That was the happiest day of my life. I had prayed for a son, and then when I had one, I could hardly believe it. I was like a kid myself, just looking at it. I couldn't wait for him to grow up. I guess I pictured him looking up to me and how close we'd be. I know one thing. I never pictured it like this. I don't know how I lost him, but I did. We can't say 2 words to each other without some kind of an argument. I don't even know who he is anymore. We're like strangers. I miss the little boy who used to call me Dad and wanted my opinion on everything. How do I get him back? I miss my boy.
He doesn't care about me, not who I really am. I think he just wants somebody to make him look good in front of his friends. That's all. Kind of like a robot you wind up who says, "Yeah, Dad. Sure, Dad. Whatever you say, Dad." Well, I'm sorry. There's a real person in here with real ideas and feelings. And he just can't see that. And it's hard for me to respect someone who doesn't really have any respect for me.
I guess I'll never get used to waking up alone. 47 years. That's a long time to spend with the same man. Day in, day out. Breakfast and dinner and children and car payments and anniversaries and carrying out the garbage. We had a good life, Carl and me. I loved him. You know, it's funny. He's been gone over 4 years now. And still, 5:30 rolls around. And I'm listening for his tires to turn in on the gravel out there. Oh, I know he's gone. And still, I listen.
"15 years I've given to the same company. 15 years. I made a career out of being the good guy. Good worker, good family man, good church member. Cover all your bases, Jim, I said to myself. and I honestly thought I was building some kind of life security. Then yesterday morning, out of the blue, there's this little memo on my desk from the district office. 30% cutbacks in manpower required. Oh, it was like somebody slugged me right in the stomach. After 15 years, I could be out of a job. I tried to tell Kathy last night, but I couldn't seem to say the words. All these years, I have been doing everything I thought was right, everything sensible. And now, suddenly, nothing makes sense anymore.
I worry about Jim. He works entirely too hard. I keep telling him it's dangerous to push like he does, but he won't take any time off. He gets in every night, exhausted, and he just wants to eat his dinner in peace and quiet. There's no such thing as peace and quiet with 3 kids, but we try. We all just sit there chewing and swallowing, not saying anything because Daddy's tired. I don't know, it never seems to occur to him that I'm tired too. I'm tired of being with kids all day long, and I'm lonely for a little conversation. Listen, don't get me wrong. I think being a full-time mom is the most important job in the world. It just doesn't feel important. It feels like everybody matters but me.
Somehow it slipped away. How do we get from here to there? How do we find the way?
Lord, I believe it's here. Lord, I believe somewhere. Embrace the cross where Jesus suffered, though it will cost all you claim as yours. Your sacrifice will seem small beside the treasure. Eternity can measure what Jesus holds in store. to the one whose heart knew every pain. Receive from Jesus fountains of compassion. Only He can fashion your heart to move as His. Oh, wondrous cross, our desires rest in you. Oh, Lord Jesus, make us older, to face with courage the shame and disgrace you bore upon your shoulder. Embrace the life that comes from dying. Come trace the steps the Savior walked for you. An empty tomb concludes the gulf of sorrow. Endure then till